Hey y'all, I'm back and I have a brand new painting that is another really overly emotional and overly intense piece. When I was thinking about what painting I wanted to do next after Flowers in Bloom, because it was such a happy, cheerful, hopeful painting, something was telling me I wasn't ready for that, and I still had a lot of things to talk about. I still had a lot of things to face. I was inspired and I thought that I was going to start making all of this really cheerful, happy, colorful art again, at the same time that I was going to want to make another super emotional, super thought-provoking painting after doing something so colorful and fun and bubbly and happy.
Whatever you become, and forget the reckless things we've done.
But in terms of how I was inspired to even make this painting to begin with, was from finding that sketchbook and finding this particular page in my sketchbook of just a whole set of eyes that I had drawn. It was a mixture of my eyes, people I knew during college, pictures I found online. Eyes for me are the most important part of the body, and getting to know people and things like that. And when I reopened that book and saw it after everything I've kind of been still going through, as happy as I'd like to be, as hopeful and mentally healthy as I'd like to say that I am, I'm still having to work through a lot of things and kind of navigate my life in the new perspective that it's in. I can sit down and paint and sit down and film a video and profess my love and confess my emotions and traumas and things I went through, like I did in drawing lessons. And then I can go and put on a happy face, happy makeup, talk about love and acceptance and hope, all I want. But the hardest thing to do for me is to really sit down with myself and be alone with myself and face all these forgotten, pushed out emotions and real thoughts and things that happened in my life, things that will happen and things that are currently happening in my life. That's really hard for me. So I needed this painting to happen because it was going to give me that chance to finally realize who I've been and who I am right now and who I want to be one day. Facing those parts of us to heal them or change them and alter them for the better is really important. New traumas, new memories, new thoughts, new things, new experiences, new people, everything. This painting was shifting. This painting was changing. I was changing eyes. I was doing all of that. So I was really adapting as I was finishing this painting. So it took me a long time. It took me since April when I first started this painting until now. So now I have this artwork that is pretty much staring at me, staring at itself, showing all of these different things that are constantly watching, constantly looking, constantly reaching and striving, or just kind of crumbling and panicking within it. It is really overwhelming at times, most times, to bring up all these thoughts and emotions and things, because it feels like I'm having all of these eyes and all of these people watching me. It feels like I'm just constantly being watched and I'm constantly being invaded personally, emotionally, physically, everything. A lot of it is really bare. A lot of it is really naked. Although I know by the end of every painting, every video, every interaction, every date, every meeting, whatever it is that I experience in my life, I know that I can get through it and I always feel good by the end of it. But something about the beginning, something about the start, beginning a foundation, an empty canvas, anything, I have those first initial jitters, those first initial anxiety attacks and moments of like hesitation and worry and fear. So when I laid down the little sketch that I blew up onto the canvas, I kind of sat there and stared at it for a while. Not for too long, just about a night. I didn't wait on it for a year almost, like almost all my paintings I've shared on my channel so far. I just needed at least a night or two to just kind of think about it. And then also just making sure, because I want to be a professional artist who really takes her time and knows what she's doing and thinks about her technique and takes her time with her artwork and really plans things out professionally. I wanted to make sure that I was planning out my vision exactly how it needed to be for it to be successful. From taking it from my mind to the canvas, I wanted to make sure everything laid out exactly what I wanted it to be. And as exciting as it is to just kind of throw yourself into a painting, and there's always benefits from doing that, it is really important to lay down that foundation and make sure that you know where to begin and where your end point is. The only song that I could possibly think to be the best fit for this painting and what I wanted to show and how I wanted to present it was See These Bones by Not a Surf. I feel like everyone has one of those songs, a few of those songs that just came into your life almost out of nowhere, like it was just meant to be. And that is definitely one of those songs for me. It just resonates with me in a very special way. And I really started to hear the lyrics and the words. See These Bones is such a melancholy and gorgeous song to me. Nostalgic, emotional, calming song. It still has a certain heaviness to me. And the lyrics resonate so much with me because there's a lot of, for me, there's a lot of meaning towards life, interactions with people, the demons we have with ourselves, the things that we fight with every day, the contrasts and the conflicts that we have with ourselves, with others, with life in general, emotions, thoughts, everything. I'm really happy that this painting seems to mirror that song because music is helping me so much with healing and dealing with things and thinking about life and what it all means. I'm a very lost person still. No matter what I come to terms with or what I decide to be or do or whatever, I will never let myself go back to just doing nothing because I'm too afraid to do anything. Because I'm too afraid of anything happening, good or bad. So, with all that being said, with all my skeletons out of the closet, I'd like to present to y'all See These Bones.
Everyone's right and no one is sorry. That's the start and the end of the story. From the sharks and the jets to the call in the morning. Everyone's right and no one is sorry. That's the start and the end of the story. From the sharks and the jets to the call in the morning. And life is just bets anyway. Look alive, see these bones. What you are now, we were once. Try as they might, no one's immune to misfiring and acting on the wrong clues, and thinking it's time to redo and redo. I feel rain in the movies and the talk before the screen lights. I hear strings in the park. I don't like to call a ride, except when it's too late at night. I mostly just think in the dark. Look alive, see these bones. What you are now, we were once. But just like we are, you'll be dust. And just like we are, just like we are, you'll be dust. And just like we are, permanent. The lights in the city are more or less blinking. Which side of the story decides what you're thinking? Warm arms and cold faces, we're squinting, we're hurrying, we're taking inventory, we're digging, we're burying. Do you remember when the light was low? Do you remember when it fell? Do you remember when we went to her house? Remember ringing the bell? Look alive, see these bones. What you are now, we were once. Just like we are, you'll be dust. And just like we are, permanent. The lights in the city are more or less blinking. Which side of the story decides what you're thinking? Warm arms and cold faces, we're squinting, we're hurrying, we take inventory, we're digging, we're burying. Do you remember when the light was low? Do you remember when it fell? Do you remember when you went to her house? Remember ringing the bell? The lights of the city, when the light was low, can we see? Do you remember when it fell? Do you remember when we went to her house? Taking inventory, we're taking look alive, you see these bones. Look alive, you see these bones.
Precision and all that kind of stuff. Precision. What is precision, Miranda? What does that even mean? And with this painting, I really wanted to make it super real. It's so ridiculous.